Reusse Unchained, presented by Josh Arnold Investment Consultants, Mr. Money Talk. You know, you sit there, Pat, you've covered spring training enough in your
Yes.
life, and you wonder, do they
Yes.
really need to practice pitcher
This
fielding
yeah,
practice every day?
yeah,
Well,
PFP or whatever we call it. Pitcher fielding practice. Probably the most hated thing in baseball, huh? Right? I mean,
yeah,
the pitchers when they go out there for an hour of PFP, they just all have their heads hanging down. They're all dumpy, looking over. Although, let me say this: when you look at the play, why didn't Rizzo come up and charge the ball, and
it
make the
was
play?
weird.
Is he
Yeah.
is he like too old and slow and beat up that he doesn't trust himself? Because Mookie is halfway down to halfway down the line. They showed the big wide picture. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And the ball has gotten to Rizzo by then. I mean, he was 10 steps closer to first base than Mookie was, but you still got to run over there, Garrett. God almighty, you're going to get out of the inning.
The
Bases
point, the
loaded.
point is great, man. You
Yeah.
go take it.
Yeah, the great point. That's what I said. That's how Luca plays defense, points.
Yep.
But here's my theory. In those 13 straight playoff losses, did the Yankees hand us 5 runs total in those 13 straight playoff losses? They certainly didn't hand us 5 runs in an inning anytime, did they? It was the
It's a
damnedest
great
thing I've
question.
ever
Yeah, you're
seen.
talking like not even once in like game 3 of 2009. You can't just like
Yeah,
throw us a
and
bone.
yeah, just let us win one because you gift wrap 5 runs. Man alive, we all like to say that was a bad loss. That was a bad loss, man. Man alive, you got the place going crazy, and all of a sudden you just give away 5 runs. Now I don't blame Judge. Judge, that's a bad play, but he just made a great play, and he looked to see where the runner was, and the ball hit him in the glove. But then after that, Jazz Chisholm makes the right play, but he makes a bad throw, and then all hell breaks loose. So it was it was unbelievable. But baseball can't get any luck, man. If the Yankees win, you're getting people watching this weekend, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you see, though, on Monday night, they actually put together all of the numbers, the streaming and all
Yes,
of that,
right.
and that baseball won. Baseball beat football barely.
Baseball beat a pissant
Right.
NFL.
I was surprised, to be honest,
lousy,
Pat.
unattractive Monday night football game by about 500,000
Yep.
people.
Yep.
When you got the Dodgers and the Yankees playing. I have made note of that. I'm going to write a Sunday column on the state of baseball. I have made note of them bragging about beating the Steelers playing somebody. I don't even know who the hell they
It
were
was the
playing.
Giants, and I was actually surprised. I thought football would still win.
Well, maybe football's just counting their total viewers. The TV, maybe they're just counting TV, but they got issues. But it could have turned into something. Is this stat correct? Did I hear this last night? No team down 3-0 has ever forced a 6th game. Did they say
Wow.
that? Did they say
I don't
that?
know.
I thought they said that. Were you watching, Declan? Did you watch?
I watched a little bit. Yeah.
I heard them. I think they said that no team, but I got to check that. That can't be true. It's had to be 3-0 25 times probably. Somebody had to force a 6th game, but I thought they said that last night that nobody'd ever won 4 and 5, and the Yankees had it won, and oh God, what a loss! It's just. I was kind of weeping for the old days of a sports writer, though, being at the World Series and having George own the Yankees and have an inning like that would have been heaven. It would have been unbelievable. George would have went crazy. He would have grabbed the microphone and screamed at his team and stormed down to the clubhouse and fired 18 guys. It would have been fantastic. After an inning giving away a game like that, it was incredible.
Yeah.
That's the correct stat. There have been 25 teams in the history of the World Series who have trailed 3-0. The Yankees are one of just 4 to have even forced a Game 5. Of those 4 teams,
out of
none.
How many? 4?
Yeah, 4 forced a Game 5.
So wait, 21 of the 25 were sweeps?
Of those 4 teams, none has ever made it to a Game 6.
Wow.
Wow, that is incredible. And unlike hockey, those baseball players say that we always talk about the hockey players wanting to go play golf, go back to the lake. The baseball players want to go back to the lake, apparently, because they never, once they get down 3-0, they say bleep it and say, let's get the hell out of here. So, I heard that stat and I couldn't believe it. But my favorite stat, and I said this to you the other day, though, is that when the Dodgers swept the Yankees in 1963, they used 4 pitchers, and how many they used 13 of them here, right? Various times. So
it's crazy.
Hey, Yankees, what? For all their money, they ended up with a lousy bullpen. The Yankees, they once Clay Holmes went in the tank, they didn't have much left out in that bullpen, man. They got in a bullpen when the game got the seventh, eighth, ninth innings. The Dodgers had about 6 guys to use, and they didn't have anybody.
Yeah, and the Dodgers, the fact that Walker Buehler, who at one point a couple of years ago was one of the best starters in the league, can just kind of go short innings. So
next year they're going to have Yamamoto all year, right? He made 3 starts this year or something. I mean, he hadn't pitched since the middle of 3 starts the last several months, and he's going to be there. And then they're going to have Buehler. And then Kershaw, I think he wants to pitch again. I don't know if he's not what he used to be. But half their pitching staff was missing, and they just won the World Series, and they might sign Soto. That would be that would crazy. That would take a little fun out of baseball, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's the fact that Andrew Friedman was winning 90 games with the lowest payroll in baseball. Yes. Now you give him $300 million or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And I'm kicking myself though. The game is starting last night, and I was going to tweet out, Aaron Judge will hit a home run tonight, and then I got doing something else. And by the time he hit his home run, I forgot to tweet it out.
Home
run. And that was a legit home run, unlike those pop flies, those 12 pop flies he hit. The Freddie Freeman home run 2 days ago shouldn't count. That was 316 feet or something like that. That one shouldn't count. Let's take it out. Yeah. I didn't even stick around. I assume Freddie's the MVP. Huh?
Freddie's the MVP. Yeah,
I would guess so.
Is Freddie? So Freddie is the current active leader in hits and a bunch of other categories. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah.
MVP, so. World Series MVP, 300 home runs.
The World Series numbers, yes.
The home runs aren't huge, but
he'll get to 400 if he plays a couple more years.
Yeah. The way the Hall of Fame. I mean, if Joe Mauer's in with no home runs, Freddie Freeman will be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. First ballot, probably. First ballot.
By the way, hey, what do you think Mike Trout is thinking? Watching that game last night, Shohei decided, okay, enough. I'm getting out of here. And Trout has decided to, at this point, he's not even, he can still play, but
he's probably saying, why is Shohei trying to play after he got hurt? I would have missed 2.5 months. I can't feel sorry for Trout the way the last 4 years he's been. Buxton's probably played more games than him the last 4 years. I don't know if he has or not, but
that could be. Let me see. That could
never
be a great
played.
stat.
Trout is what, 32 or 3 now, isn't he?
By the way, you're right. That Buxton stat. If you go back the last 5 years, well, the pandemic was 20, so
yeah, that don't count.
The last 4 years. Let's see here. Mike Trout has played in 266 games.
Okay.
So 266 over 4 years. And Byron Buxton, over those same 4 years, has played in 340 games. Buxton has crushed Mike Trout in games played the last
year. He's an Iron Man compared to Mike Trout. Does anybody know that? He's an Iron Man. I did suggest, though, if Buck had hit that foundational pole on the left field fence at Yankee Stadium, where Judge hit it when he made that catch with his knee, I don't think we would have saw Buck popping up and running back to center field. We would have had to get some people out there to help him. Doc Rock would have been out there in an instant for something. I suppose we should go to the breaking baseball news. Alex Kirilloff has retired at age 26. Had the big wrist problem, and now it's the back. And I don't know. I'm not saying I was around him a lot last year, but the Declan, you were there. The 2 or 3 times, I've never seen a guy with less enthusiasm than he had. I mean, he was just. Don't you think he was just beat? He'd lost his interest in the game. He kept getting hurt. I don't know. I thought he was. I didn't think he was going to be a superstar because he's not gifted athletically, but I thought he was going to be a great hitter. I really liked him as a hitter.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had a conversation with Rocco about him like in June. And I think after the whole, he was on the injured list. Then he had a back injury and had to go back on the injured list. And Rocco kind of brought up the fact that when you have reconstructive shoulder surgery, when you have a chronic wrist issue, when you have now a back issue, you get to a point, even when you're 26, 27 years old, those surgeries add up. And you no longer are going to be the player that you thought you could be. And he is clearly just walking away from the game because he doesn't want to deal with the pain. And I don't blame him at all for that either.
Yeah, by the way, he put a statement out on Instagram, and he said, "In my 9 professional seasons, I've encountered numerous injuries, which led me to search for new ways to overcome pain. These challenges have taken a toll on me mentally and physically, and I've realized my passion for playing the game has shifted," or dissipated, I guess would be another word. So
sounds like he might have been medicating a little bit, but he's not saying. I'm certainly not putting those words in his mouth, but it does sound like. But he's a very religious kid. He came in and I think he got married at age 19, and he and his wife, as kids, were living in that complex behind Paseo there, the one that's further down the road there. They had a home in there when they were like 19. She went to work selling real estate, and they were making their home down there when they were really young. And, he was, and his dad is, started teaching him his swing when he was 4. His dad's this hardcore religious hitting coach. But they're the very hardcore religion, and I don't know but I just saw him last year, and I just didn't think that he wanted to do this anymore, and it looks like he doesn't. Now, is he a guy that 2 years from now will miss it, start feeling spiffy again and want to go someplace? That's always a possibility. Go back at age 28 or 29. He can hit. He can hit if he's ever healthy. The thing about him, though, is that when he hit that ball to left field, it used to have carry on it. And in the last, year and a half, it really didn't have that carry to left center that he used to. He's always had that left center swing, but that ball had more carry back in the day.
Didn't they have to shave part of the bone down in his arm, though?
Yes.
Yeah, on the wrist.
So that might
on the wrist.
on the wrist. So that might not allow for that anymore. I mean, he might just be cooked.
I mean, they were not. He was not going to be on the 40-man. I don't think. I think he probably found this out. I said that to people, and they were saying, "No, some of the base." I said, "They're not going to have him on the 40-man. They're done with. They got left-handed hitting outfielders. They don't know what to do with, and both him and Kepler are going to be gone." So.
Yeah, there was also conflicting reports, especially when he went down the last time, that he wasn't really following instruction, and he was like going on his own adjustments, making his own swings too. So there was like just a combativeness, I think, too, that they didn't love.
Dad probably helped him
from both sides. So yeah, I think it's a good mutual parting.
I think that he always, Dad was always way more influential in his swing than the Twins hitting coaches were. Even the new guy, whatever the hell his name is, Matt. How do we pronounce that name?
Borg Schulte.
Borg
Borgs. We're calling Borg.
Borgs.
Borgsy.
Borgsy.
Not Borgs. We got to be Borgsy. He's got to be Borgsy. Yeah. But this is Wallner and Larnach are not going to have much competition. Well, Emmanuel Rodriguez, he's a left-handed hitter too, and he plays. He's a perfect twin. He plays 70 out of 150 games every year. He's great. He only misses like 60% of the season, so I think he fit right in.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Boy, the Twins don't feel. You watched the Dodgers celebrate last night, and even the Yankees with some of the guys in that lineup, and it doesn't feel like the Twins are too close to popping those champagne bottles here
And
days,
the last 6 weeks of Royce Lewis, or the last 2 months of Royce Lewis, kind of got you off that bandwagon too, and you wonder where he's headed because the idea that he was going to hit a grand slam about 2-3 times a week kind of dissipated in a hurry. And I always liked Kirilloff more than him as a hitter when they were young, and Royce changed so much. He was, as I've said, he's kind of this lithe, athlete. And all of a sudden, he's this big, muscular guy who can only hit a home run. If he doesn't, the rest of the time he's striking out. So I don't know where you're going here with this operation, but I did check out the rumor that Juan Soto might be signing here, but I guess he doesn't like the high wall in right center. So.
He could buy this team now. They'll say, "Here's the deal: you own the team. We'll give you the team,
yes,
and then we'll pay you a couple mil as well, and then you can play."
Messy plan.
You have to play 130 games a year, and then we'll give you the team. Okay,
it's in your best interest.
He did say he's open to all 30 teams last night in his exit press conference, so you might as well make the phone call and see.
He is, when you watch him hit, and I watched him in snippets before the World Series. He never swings at a bad pitch, and
it's incredible.
And when he doesn't swing at a ball that's called a strike, he's usually right about 90% of the time that it was off the plate. So it is incredible. You got to throw it to him. I wonder if Washington has the guts to give him $500 million and bring him home, because that would seem to me that would be counterproductive with what they have going on. But maybe to get some people back in the ballpark, they would do that. I don't know.
I feel like the Padres should do it, man. They just every year they splash around. They get a little more desperate.
Well,
I could see it.
They had him, and they realized they couldn't pay him.
Steve Cohen would definitely pay him, especially to get him from
the
Yankees, and then you win the back page.
Yeah,
in spring training.
I wonder if he likes New York. I don't know if he likes it personally or not. I have no idea. So.
I think he likes the East Coast. Yeah.
Some of them don't like paying New York taxes, so they'd of course.
Yeah, true.
If your choices are California or New York, it's the tax situation is a little difficult. So
yeah.
Anyway.
So all right, well we'll do it again tomorrow, Pat. We'll preview a fun weekend of football.
I forgot to look. When do our Wolfies play next?
Tomorrow night. Nuggets.
Night. Oh, the Nuggies. Ooh, that'll be a good game. And the Wild are back. The red hot Wild are
tomorrow
back.
Night, Tampa Bay.
Tomorrow night, Tampa Bay. And,
Tampa Bay, yeah.
What a road trip. And so if Hartman comes back, Judd, is he going to go right into the lineup or not?
I put him on the fourth line at best.
Okay.
Goudreau's been great. Third line center. Goudreau's been great.
Make him work his way back up the
that's
lineup.
Fine.
Okay. They're pretty good. Remember when they didn't have any centers? Now they got centers. It's that makes a difference.
They're off to a good start. That's all I'm going to say for now. Yeah,
you're remembering the year Yossi had the best record.
Yeah, we're 9 games in, Pat.
30 games.
We're 9 games in. Lavelle is declaring them good. I don't trust it.
That's one of my favorite stats. I'll go here in a minute. But that team that had the best record in the NHL after 30 games. In the last 52 games, they won 7 games in regulation.
Yeah.
7 out of 52.
Hang the banner, though.
Yes.
Because around Christmas, they were the best team.
Yes, they should have one of them. Should have retired the number there, for goodness sakes. We got somebody up there with number 1, though, now. We got Koivu, right? We got 2 numbers.
That's right.
We got 2 numbers up there, because we got the fans, of course.
All right, gentlemen. Goodbye, Alex. That's too bad. It never worked out. See you.
All right, Pat. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Reusse Unchained here on SKOR North.